Hello, comrades. This video will be explaining individualism versus collectivism. Now, America is all about individualism, individual freedom, individual property, individual rights, all of it. Your own person, whatever makes you happy, do it. Now, say communism, that would be collectivism. So, you don't really do anything for yourself, you all do it for the state. Now, that argument is that if everyone works for the betterment of each other and of the state as a whole, then society will be better. Now, individualism is if everyone fights for the betterment of themselves and their own interests, then the world will be better and more prosperous because everyone's happy and prosperous. But fascism and my ideals are in the middle of that. We all have individual rights, and you can have your own property. Like, if you have a business, you can the money you make, you can have your own money, and you can have your own property, have your own car, have your own house, all of it, have your own land. So we will be individualist like that, but we will be working for the betterment of the country and of the people. We will not take advantage of everyone and have some monopoly take advantage of the worker. That is individualist. One person worked very hard to create a company, and then they bought out every other company, and then they have a monopoly. Yes, they worked hard for it, but we are going to make sure that monopolies and big business doesn't control all of America. And degeneracy, immoral companies that use questionable and immoral advertising will not be tolerated. So if anything is immoral or has control of, say, the entire nation, we will make sure that that doesn't happen. Everyone works for the betterment of the country and for the preservation of Christianity and the morals of society. So we are collectivist in that idea, but we are individualist in the idea that you can have your own money and your own property and your own businesses. So you can have a good life. Your house is your own. And you can do what makes you happy. But if it is a threat to Christianity or to the nation, we will not allow it. That is my nationalist idea. So it's not total communist, as in everyone works for the betterment of each other in the country, but it's not totally democratic, as in don't care about anything other than yourself. It is a good middle ground. Nationalism, fascism, those types of governments. Fascism gets a bad representation. People literally think Hitler was a communist, or that Nazi Germany was communist. That's ridiculous. They were National Socialist. They were not socialist or communist. They were National Socialist. They had mainly capitalist economics, except for they were National Socialist because the businesses worked for the betterment of the state, not themselves. But they had freedom to have their own business and make their own profit. That's the difference. They're not communist, but they're also not total capitalist. I'm not National Socialist. I have a little different views than their economics and of their moral values, but for the most part, yeah, we will work for the betterment of the country and for the preservation of Christianity, but we will also work to better ourselves, have our own property, have our own land, have our own cars, and all that, and have a profit and keep our own money, because that only makes sense. So, yeah, that's what I propose. Not total individualism and capitalism like America, because that leads to degeneracy and monopolies having control of an entire country. But definitely not total communism, as something like the Soviet Union, communist Russia, any of that garbage. We're not going to allow that to happen. We are a good middle ground. Nationalism. Fight for the betterment of the country, but make a profit to better yourself as well. The perfect middle ground, the perfect government, the greater American Nationalist Party. Hail victory.